For more on this, we're joined by Hassan El-Tayyab in Washington, D.C. He's a legislative representative for Middle East policy at Friends Committee on National Legislation. That's an advocacy group that's lobbied Congress to end U.S. support for the war in Yemen. Thank you very much indeed for being with us. How open do you think Saudi Arabia is going to be to the U.S. encouragement to take part in these talks?
I definitely think they will be resistant at first, but right now the administration and the United States, we have a lot of leverage over this situation because of our military aid to both Saudi Arabia and the UAE's war in Yemen. We provide logistical support, intelligence, we provide spare parts transfers and weapon sales. So I think they are going to be forced to listen if we are willing to remove that support to the coalition.
Given everything that you said, the amount in terms of the leverage that the U.S. has had, why is the U.S. taking this initiative now as opposed to having done it, several months or even years ago, before so many civilians and rebels and others on the ground were killed in the fighting?
Well, it's obviously really tragic, and I wish that we had. But right now, Congress is in dialogue. They've taken several votes to condemn this military campaign. They're right now in joint conference dialogue between the House and Senate to decide on the national defense budget. And in that budget, there are amendments that would end bomb sales and logistical support. So I think with these pending decisions made on the defense budget, there is some pressure and some like I said, pressure to move this forward.
One would imagine that in order to take part in these talks, the Saudis and the UAE would expect some sort of compromises and offers to be made on the part of the Houthi rebels. What do you think they would be looking for, and what do you think the rebels would be prepared to offer?
Well, this is a very difficult, complex situation. I think for the Houthis to be satisfied, they'd probably, I can imagine that they'd want to see an end to the blockade and an end to the aerial strikes on their territory. I think Saudi Arabia, it's unclear at the moment what would appease them, but hopefully they can come to a ceasefire and a power sharing arrangement in Yemen, which I think is the only way forward.
Really good to get your views on this. Hassan El-Tayyab, thank you very much indeed.